All right, we've certainly seen a number of flood warnings about New South Wales and Queensland. Let's go live now to the SES headquarters to speak with Chief Superintendent Ben Pickup. Thank you so much for your time. I know what you and the team have been so busy. Thank you. We really appreciate you coming on to Sky News today. Can you give us an update of the current situation? We've got a number of flood warnings out for New South Wales and Queensland. What's been the latest for you today?
Yeah, so currently still got 15 flood warnings out across New South Wales. We've seen in northeast New South Wales, the rainfall has eased. We've only passing thunderstorms and showers for Sydney and just north of Sydney.
And we just recently, as you know, had the thunderstorm warning across the mid-north coast. As you mentioned, a lot of the rain has eased, but in that warning there were thunderstorms issue, which is certainly a sign of the storm season ahead. What can you tell us in terms of advice for people for today and moving forward?
Yeah. Just encourage people to be aware of the situation. The grounds are saturated across most of New South Wales, given the amount of rainfall that we've seen over the last few months. People should use the time between storms and the floods to prepare their properties, clear trees and secure loose items in the backyard, as well as knowing their local flood risk and know what they will do in the event that they're impacted by flooding.
And you do have an excellent website. There's a list of so many things there. It's very detailed. So I guess it's a really good idea, isn't it, to really have a look at that website and get some advice. And you know, it talks about the Australian warning season and the flood and tsunami warnings and the three-tiered system that you have.
Yeah, so on the 30th of September, we're moving over to the Australian warning system, which provides a new way of warning the communities with advice, watch and act, and emergency alert. Should make it easier for communities to find out what we need them to do during emergencies.
And we hear over and over again, if it's flooded, forget it. I mean, it doesn't take too much rain at all. You know, a little bit of flooding, there's potholes, there's all sorts of things. Tell us just how much rain is needed to get into strife.
Given the saturation levels we have across the catchments at the moment, even as few as 5 to 10 mils can cause runoff into creeks and rivers, and any sort of flood water is dangerous. Trying to cross it with vehicles, we've seen 59 rescues since the start of this event and 5 in the last 24 hours. Encourage everyone, do not enter, drive or walk through flood water. It is dangerous and you put your life at risk by entering it, and the lives of the volunteers and emergency services that go to rescue you.
Yeah, great advice. And we're in our third consecutive La Nina event. We've got the Indian Ocean dipole. There's, you know, 2 major weather events plus more to come, potential cyclones. We've already got, as you mentioned, the saturated ground. So how concerned are you and what are you doing in preparation for potential weather events like those, including, you know, increasing potentially some more volunteers?
Yeah. So continue to undertake preparations for the season that we're likely to see, pre-deploying assets and volunteers and equipment where needed, as well as working with our partner agencies to ensure that we have the assets there to respond to the requests. Continuing to see that major flooding across most of inland New South Wales, with resources in place to deal with that.
And a big shout out to the volunteers. They work tirelessly and, you know, through the day, through the night. Tell us what kind of people they are.
So volunteers come from all walks of life. They're members of the local communities. They all join up for one purpose, to help the community. And really, you cannot say enough about the volunteers and the commitment they give to the community to go out worst of times and provide support to the people that need it.
And if people are listening now and they're you know, considering being a volunteer, can it be a day, a week? Do they have to be out on the field if perhaps they're physically challenged?
So we have roles for all different types of volunteers, whether that's inside in the incident management teams where I am, or out in the field on chainsaws in flood boats. I encourage people, if they're interested in volunteering, to contact their local unit. And further contact information is on the New South Wales SES website.
All right, well, it certainly doesn't sound like we're in for an intense, well, it does sound like we're in for intense time. It doesn't sound good is what I meant to say, but all hands are on deck and preparation is underway. So we wish you, the team and everyone all the very best. Chief Superintendent Ben Pickup, thank you so much.
Thank you.